What was 1965 known for? 1965 was a year of sweeping changes, particularly in the United States. In January, President Lyndon B. Johnson announced the plan for his Great Society programs. A set of Democrat or neoliberal programs, the Great Society programs sought to vastly expand the American welfare state and the role of the federal government in virtually all aspects of American society, including education, the arts, medicine, the environment, and more. These programs would be continued under subsequent Republican administrations. A notable development for the year 1965 specifically in this regard was the signing of the 1965 Civil Rights Act. While major changes were occurring on the domestic side for America, all was not quiet on the foreign policy front either. In March of 1965, President Johnson ordered 3,500 U.S. Marines to Vietnam. These were the first official combat troops deployed to Vietnam during American involvement in that conflict. In popular culture, The Sound of Music, starring Julie Andrews, premiered in New York City. The Beatles performed the first stadium concert in music history, playing at Shea Stadium in New York City. In December, A Charlie Brown Christmas, the first Peanuts special, made its debut, becoming a Christmastime tradition for millions. The American space program hit a major milestone this year with the successful launch of Gemini 3, which was the first two-man crew into Earth's orbit for the United States. In a tremendous global development, the Second Vatican Council of the Roman Catholic Church closed in December of 1965. The council would reshape the relationship between the Roman Catholic Church and modernity, and continues to have a significant impact around the world. At this council, it was decided that the Church would become more open and relaxed toward the modern world, allowing for more use of vernacular languages and many changes to the liturgy, music, art, and architecture of the Church. Key world leaders of 1965. Who was the U.S. President in 1965? In 1965, Lyndon B. Johnson, Democrat, was the President of the United States. His term spanned from November 22, 1963 to January 20, 1969. During his presidency, he passed landmark civil rights legislation and launched the Great Society programs aimed at eliminating poverty. Who was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom in 1965? In 1965, the UK Prime Minister was Harold Wilson, Labour. His administration brought about major social reforms, including the legalization of abortion and homosexuality, and led Britain through economic challenges. Who was the Pope in 1965? The leader of the Catholic Church in 1965 was Pope St. Paul VI, who had held the papacy since 1963. During his papacy, he concluded the Second Vatican Council and issued Humanae Vitae reaffirming the Church's stance on birth control. What was the number one song in the USA in 1965? The number one song in the USA in 1965, i.e. the best-selling and most popular song of the year, was I Can't Help Myself by Four Tops. What was the number one song in the UK in 1965? The number one song in the UK in 1965, i.e. the best-selling and most popular song of the year, was Tears by Ken Dodd. What was the most popular movie in 1965? The most popular movie and box office hit was The Sound of Music by Robert Wise. The Sound of Music. Directed by Robert Wise. Starring Julie Andrews, Christopher Plummer, Eleanor Parker, Richard Haydn. Country, United States of America. Outline: a woman leaves an Austrian convent to become a governess to the children of a naval officer widower. What was the best-selling book in 1965? The Source. Written by James A. Michener. Outline: James A. Michener takes us back thousands of centuries to the Holy Land in his trademark style of grand storytelling. Michener vividly recreates the life of an ancient city through the excavations of archaeologists.